Just Brian Good.
This is In the Know for Thursday, December 10, the 345th day of 2020. There are 21 days left in the year. Good morning, MB, guiding you through In the Know at K105 on Litchfield's Country Station, 103.9 The Moose. Live online at K105.com via the Apple and Android smartphone app, using the SoundCloud or iTunes podcast, on Facebook Watch, on YouTube Live, on Periscope, and the hashtag is In the Know. Coming up today, we update you on the latest news headlines from around the community, the county, the Commonwealth, and the country. It's Vaccine Day, according to the FDA. We'll talk about that. And we will also have a very COVID Christmas. And we will also have you the weekend funny tweets. That and a whole lot more coming up today here on In the Know. Settling into my left, rolling Mach 9 with her hair on fire, is my beautiful wife, the beautiful girl. It's Beach. Good morning, sweetheart.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm good.
You know, in the movie Big, Tom Hanks and, iconic movie, and they go to the FAO Schwartz in New York City, where they run throughout the store, and then they play that infamous keyboard. They play Heart and Soul on the keyboard, walking up and down. Well, FAO Schwartz toy store is listed on Airbnb for one night only. A family of 4 could win a lottery and spend the entire night in the iconic FAO Schwartz toy store in New York City. You could play the piano, eat all the candy. You could have what they call FAO Schweets.
I love it.
I think that would be a really neat way and a really fun way to spend, 4 days before Christmas. It would be very festive. The lottery opens on December the 15th. Will you be responsible for enrolling us in that?
Sure.
All right, put that on your to-do list, please. She's the pride of Pumpkin Center, the heiress to the great mini burger fortune. She's Vera Wang's arch nemesis and the Professional Bargain Hunter's Woman of the Year. She's Misty Embry Thomas. Hey. How's Misty?
I'm well. How are you?
No, doing fine. You look a lot like a jellyfish today.
I know, right? What's up with that screensaver?
You feeling all right? Do you use navigation when you go places? And do you have the navigation talk to you? Use your Maps app or?
No, it talks to me.
It does. So, what's the voice that talks to you? Is it the normal Siri voice that
No,
talks to
I
you?
choose the British accent.
Oh, you've got the British accent.
The female British. Yeah.
If you'd like to be festive, does she say controversy?
I haven't had her say that to me yet.
Take the roundabout. Does she say take the roundabout?
Yes, she
that's
does.
neat. Santa Claus can give you directions with Waze this holiday season. So if you use Waze, the app for navigation, there's a special setting in there that you can tell it that you want Santa to give you the direction. So, go, little girl, go down here and turn left.
That would get on my nerves a lot, like gobble, gobble. Oh,
I wondered if you would get tired of Santa
I
talking
can't stand
to
it. Now,
you.
I got to tell you, though, even you saying roundabout, it took my breath a little bit. Roundabouts scare the heck out of me.
Me too.
And I got into Indianapolis recently where I got through a roundabout and went, whew, just to come right up on another roundabout. And I was like, holy heck, who does this? So apparently Indianapolis does not like outsiders coming in, and they try to scare them off.
The one cautionary tale
roundabouts.
that I'd offer about roundabouts
Ooh,
is that
Western.
just because you think you can master the one in Litchfield,
That's not a roundabout, people.
well,
That's not a real roundabout.
I mean, it technically is a roundabout at the
Yes,
square.
but not in comparison.
But just because you can tackle that one doesn't mean you can tackle the one, say, in Bardstown or the one near campus at Western.
That one's the
There's
one
one
that
at
gets me
Rhineyville.
down.
There's one at Rhineyville that can get you as well.
Which one? Barstow?
The one at Western's like a corkscrew. Oh. and you get in there and you're spinning like a top, and now you're confused as to which direction you're supposed to go, and you just stop, and now you've made people mad.
If we'd spend more time in Europe, we'd learn more about roundabouts because they're much more common there. A 60s to end the work week. As far as highs, we got there yesterday. We'll get there again today and get there again tomorrow. But a soggy Saturday is ahead. Highs in the 60s today and tomorrow. The weekend will have a cold front increasing in rain chances. And then next week, a couple of systems that could bring rain or snow. So keep an eye on next week.
I'm probably ready for it this close to Christmas.
Partly cloud. I'd like just to wait till the week of. If
Right,
we can
me
wait
too.
until the
And then we got- that would be
21st.
great.
If you could wait until we're spending the night at FAO Schwartz because we won that lottery, then that would be okay. Partly cloudy and mild, 64 today. Partly cloudy, 43 tonight. Increasing clouds and breezy, and 66 as the high.
I'm telling you, you
For
don't
tomorrow.
want to be in New York in cold weather.
No.
It is a cold that we do not experience down here.
And it's
It
a
is
wind that we
terrible.
don't experience
Oh, it's
either.
It is bone brittle.
Not nice. That's why they stay
Cold.
in the subways with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
That's where they
It's
live.
warm down there.
Today is vaccine day. According to the FDA, there's a special committee of the FDA that is deciding whether Americans are ready to take the Pfizer vaccine. And I think well, maybe
mean,
they're not
are we
deciding.
ready, or
maybe they're not
is it ready?
Maybe they're not deciding if Americans are ready. Maybe they're deciding if it's allowed. And then we're the Britons have been out first. The Canadians
Yeah, we
have
appreciate that.
already been using it. So I learned if you'll watch any war movie, the generals and the colonels and the important people, they never are the advance party. They send some privates out there. So y'all go look over the hill.
Yeah, you could be the lab rat.
And see if the enemy is over there. And if they are, then you come back and tell me, and then they don't come back, and you go, well, I guess we better wait a little
I guess
while.
they're over there.
I guess that settles that. So we're watching Great Britain and we're watching Canada, and I did see a poll says only half of Americans want shots as the vaccine nears. And so I don't know if that number is high or low, or I think the more time we don't hear negative things out of Great Britain and out of Canada, I think that number will probably go up. I understand the trepidation, but I guess I'm prepared.
So you're on record saying you would take it.
I'll take it.
You'll take first round.
What's your definition of first round? First round are those people in Great Britain that we've been watching for 3 days.
Yes, but I mean, would you be a first round American? Because I'm on record saying I will not.
Yeah.
I'm not comfortable with the first round vaccine.
Well, here's the thing. If I got a call from POTUS, and POTUS said, "Hey, I need you. I need you to be the
In a
first."
bigly way, Buckles.
And I'd go, well, maybe it's my duty as an American to do
Yeah,
it. Then I'd
yeah.
have to think about it. But it's easy for me to say, sure, I'd take it first, because that's never going to happen.
Because I'm
so
not
I can just say,
I'm
oh
not a
yeah, I'd be the
frontline
first
worker,
to take
I'm
it.
not in a
Here,
nursing home.
which sleeve do you want me to roll up? Which one?
That's what I thought. Like I hate for anybody to be a lab rat,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to volunteer to be one.
By the
either.
way, this is not a hip shot, is it? It's not. It's an arm shot. It's not a hip shot, correct? Is that
Well,
right?
I really don't know.
I don't know that they've said.
I'm assuming it's an arm shot.
I'm saying if they really deploy the military to give it, it's wherever they can hold you down and get it in.
They might use you
just
for
shooting-
target practice if it's the
Just shooting
military.
it out of a gun. Like, doof, doof,
They have the
doof, doof.
equivalent
Like
of a
dart practice. Yes.
potato gun.
Nerf guns. Yes. Those darts that they put down large animals coming at them.
Like
right in the neck.
Will Ferrell when he in old
Just
school when he gets
set it
shot with a
aside.
trank gun.
Yes, straight gun. That's what I'm trying to say. Yes. It's going to be the National Guard with us here at the radio station. We'll run around campus. Ah!
Well, I mean, we're not allowed to have reindeer races this year, so we need something.
Oh, my.
COVID vaccine tranquilizer guns.
That's right.
Okay.
This headline did get me yesterday about the UK is probing if allergic reactions are linked to the Pfizer vaccine.
That makes me anxious
So,
too.
so here's the headline that gets everyone's attention. So they said 111 people who got the COVID vaccine,
The COVID, Dennis.
who got the COVID vaccine from Pfizer. Now, 130 people had anaphylactic reaction. Well, what they didn't bother to say is 111 people who were in the control group that got a dummy shot had anaphylactic reaction. So it's the vaccine. It's not this particular vaccination. It's something else. So of all the people in Pfizer's control group, 240 of them, 44, 42, had some type of anaphylactic reaction, but nearly half of those people got placebos. So it can't be the vaccine
So you're
itself.
saying you can be allergic to just a shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would
Okay.
be you.
That would be my luck. Like the needle hits my skin and I blow up like
And
the
that's-
jellyfish you saw a while ago.
That's why you have to be dart practice, because otherwise you won't take your shot. We know.
I'm nobody's pincushion.
That's right. Governor Beshear said he announced yesterday the state's sixth straight day with a declining positivity rate that brought us to 9.23% on a rolling 7-day average. He did say in his briefing, said you have to slow down the train before you can stop it, and you have to stop it before you can turn it around. Pretty good analogy. Makes sense. 3,481 new cases yesterday, 16 new deaths in Kentucky. Our death toll is now at 2,118. 1,792 people hospitalized, 412 in ICU, 211 on a ventilator. A lot of people still waiting to see what federal dollars or federal help that we may be getting. Congress yesterday passed a stopgap bill. They bought themselves an extra week to figure out. They've got a regular spending bill they need to pass to avoid a shutdown, and then they're going to try and figure out what they're doing with COVID-19 relief. And because that has a trickle-down effect to the rest of us, including into the state, because a lot of restaurants are preparing to return to I say regular service, but in dining room services will be allowed again coming Monday, barring something really earth-shattering happening. Now, I am curious to know how much of this is the original date. You know, when the governor asked people, said restaurants don't serve inside your buildings until this date. This is the date that he pointed to, and he has said that he's sticking to that. Now, I am curious if that's because he's just honoring his word, or if he has found out they have a true inability to enforce that order without people finding some really creative workarounds that usurp the authority of the order. So if you find online, there is it's called the Village Restaurant in Hopkinsville. And they're getting a lot of publicity. And there's an article in the Kentucky New Era, if you want to look it up. It's written by Avery Seeger. And it talks about a husband and wife, Chris and Crystal Martinez, that own this Village Restaurant. And they found some loopholes in the orders. So the guidance from the state was that 2 sides of the tent have to be open. But it didn't specify how open. Okay, so they cut, like they opened it this much, created openings on 2 sides, which then obviously violated the spirit of what was intended. And so then they came and got a shutdown order, and they refused to sign it, and they stayed open, so they're actually operating in violation. And so this is one instance, I'm sure, of probably several that are going on. I've seen some photography of people eating inside tents.
I've eaten inside of a tent.
You have?
Yes.
Was it closed? Was
Nope.
it closed up?
They had a sliver on each side open.
Yeah. And that's to me, I feel for restaurants. I want restaurants to be open, but my point is that they're finding it's like, oh, here's a crack in the order that we can sneak through. So then it's this cat and mouse game. Okay, well then we got to close this loophole, and then it squirts out on the other side. Like, I found another hole that we can stay open in. And so I'm just wondering how much of the governor's decision to not, because we're going in a good direction now. We're going in a better direction than we were. Was it restaurants causing the spike? No, it wasn't. It was a recipe of things causing the spike. But I would just be curious to know if you could get inside the inner walls of the governor's office, how much of this is because they went, they're going to find a way to operate. And good for them.
Yes. I mean, you cannot shut down. You just cannot shut down our economy. Here's my take on it. The government's role is to warn me and tell me what's going on, and then to find a solution to the population's issue. Use my tax dollars to do your research and then come up with a vaccine, and I'll buy that vaccine. But it is not your place to shut me down and tell me what I can and can't do and how I spend my money and how to work. We have enough people not wanting to work who can. We don't need people who can't work being told they can't work to stop the spread of a disease that has affected 1% of our population. And I have been all across this all along. I've lost people that I love to this disease, but ultimately the experiment of the United States of America was about choice. Give me information, educate me, and then let me make my choice. And if restaurants want to shut down, shut down. If they want to stay open, stay open. I don't have to go eat there.
Right.
But
sure.
if I want
You don't have
to
go.
and they want to operate, let people work.
Sorry, I got hung up back there where you said, show me a vaccine and I'll buy it. And I just thought, well, but not on Black Friday. You will buy it the day after Christmas.
I want the buy one, get one coupon, and I'm going to need round two.
I need everybody else who takes it on Black Friday to show me.
Yeah.
How did you do with that?
Yeah.
21 Grayson County COVID cases confirmed over the last 24 hours. And my understanding is now because of the increased numbers, Director Josh Embry says they'll now be announcing numbers daily for a while to kind of keep but that Tuesday, Friday is allowing for a lapse and maybe some confusion. So you can look for more frequent information coming from them. No hospitalization numbers were released yesterday, but as of Tuesday, there were 12 patients hospitalized. And as I recall, that number was down some from what it was. Believe it or not, we're just 5 weeks away, maybe, from the new legislative session in Frankfort. Lawmakers, GOP and Democratic lawmakers, will convene in Frankfort next month to focus on the budget. And if the Republican lawmakers have their way, they just added to their supermajorities in both chambers, they'll be shining a light on the validity of the governor's emergency power. And so legislative Republicans who expanded their majorities last month were given a mandate by voters to put limits on the governor's executive powers in times of emergency. That's according to to Senate Majority Floor Leader Damon Thayer. The push to rein in the governor's authority will be front and center, but they also have to figure out what to do with a budget. They expected numbers to be terrible, and then the October receipts weren't as bad as they feared. So then it's like, well, then maybe if that's the case, we can do the budget a little bit different. And so it's a moving target like many of us are dealing with. But the other thing to know about the upcoming legislative session is I don't think they're going to be taking a kitchen sink approach to legislation in 2021. I think they're going to play it straight down the middle, do the things that have to be done. They're also dealing with protocols on meeting in person and some efficiency challenges. So don't expect a whole lot of heavy lifting by the legislature. They're going to take care of, these things, these executive powers issues, and then spending and appropriations.
Ample amount of time yesterday explaining to those watching, we are doing this. We are social distancing. You could tell that they were just getting ahead of all of the rhetoric that their, quote unquote haters will put out there. But he did say, you will not see us on the floor like you're used to seeing us on the floor.
Yeah, you won't see your typical floor speeches.
Too many.
When you watch KET at night and they're standing there, and you won't see. The first woman to step foot on the moon and the next man to step foot on the moon were introduced yesterday.
Okay.
Now, we don't know specifically which one it will be, but NASA introduced 18 people yesterday, 18 astronauts, half of them women, who will train for its Artemis moon landing program. The first woman and the next man on the moon will come from this elite group. They announced 18, but 18 of them weren't in Florida yesterday because 2 of them are currently on the International Space Station.
Wow.
So, they said, well, hey, it's NASA. We're going to need you to come to this press conference on Wednesday, December 9th. Can you be there at 10 a.m.? I won't be able to fly in for that. Oh, really? Why not? Well, because I'll be at the International Space Station.
But is that an excused absence is what I want to know with NASA.
I'm going to go
is it
with,
it is on the book?
I say they just stay up there and we pick them up on the way to the moon. Why bring them back if you're going to the moon anyway?
Just waste mileage on the craft
That's
carrier, right?
Vice President Pence introduced the astronauts at the close of his final meeting as chairman of the National Space Council, and the target is 2024 on when we will be back to the moon for the first time since 1972. But with the change in administration, the likely change in administration, spending, it's hard to know if 2024 is on target or not.
I think we should get to vote on like the third thing that goes. A woman, a man, and then we should narrow it down to like, do we want a time capsule bottle? Do we want to take a show pony? Like, we need to take one other something that really represents to the Martians who we are here in America. You know, like,
I got it.
Yeah, like a juggler.
When I watched the photo array of the 18 yesterday, I looked at it and I went, yep, every box is checked. Every skin color is on there, every gender, I'm sure every lifestyle, every religion. Like they fit it all in that 18.
Yep. So now we move on to the next thing. Now that we've included and diversified, I'm going show pony.
All right. The KHSAA Board of Control is meeting today. I feel it's pretty likely they're going to push basketball season back to practice starts January 4th. Yeah. Competition starts somewhere around February 1st. I think they called their shot on that earlier in the week. They kind of leaked out and said this is the direction that we're headed, and probably that's a realistic decision. What it does for spring sports, I don't know. I don't think they can just shove spring sports all the way into July. You got seniors that'll be in the military by then, that are going to graduate in the spring. And so I have some challenges to figure out, but we'll learn about that in the coming days. And I was wrong. The University of Kentucky does have a basketball program this year.
Oh,
it's the women's team.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
okay, well, get it, girls.
Women's team are 5-0, and they beat Marshall 79-45 to be
the girls.
Perfect on the season so far. So good job, ladies. Got to get to a break. We'll come back. Got more on the way here on In the Know.
Expert care, high technology, hometown kindness. That's Twin Lakes Regional Medical Center. The team of dedicated healthcare professionals at Twin Lakes Regional Medical Center is committed to bringing you quality, compassionate care in a safe and state-of-the-art facility, driven to continuously improve the quality of health in the communities they serve, at the same time promoting healthier and more productive lives and lifestyles, close to home. Reliable, honest, progressive. Twin Lakes Regional Medical Center. Your home, your health.
Grayson County Judge Executive Kevin Henderson and Grayson County Fiscal Court would like to thank you. It has been a pleasure to serve you and help Grayson County grow. Grayson County Judge Executive Kevin Henderson and Grayson County Fiscal Court wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Ooh, need a hand there, hon?
Who'd have thought wrapping a giant stuffed elephant could be so much fun?
Oh, dear, look, you've taped your fingers together.
Little help, and stop taking pictures.
Sorry, I can't quite get the right lighting.
Oh, Bluegrass Cellular can help with that.
With the lighting?
With the phone. Their best phones with the best cameras are on sale.
Oh, but this one works okay.
Well, you could trade it in to save even more.
Really? So I get a new phone with a better camera, and it's on sale, plus I get the value of my trade-in?
Yep.
Oh, well, what are we waiting for?
Me to get this tape off my fingers.
Oh, yeah. Hold up your hands. Restrictions apply. Available in-store or online for a limited time. Bluegrass Cellular. Your community expanded.
The wake up early, do a little studying, take the dog out, finish that audiobook
Until the very end.
finish that workout, then stop by McDonald's for breakfast and somehow manage to do it all before that 10 a.m. meeting meal. There's a meal for every morning at McDonald's.
Like a savory sausage biscuit and hash browns bundle or sausage McMuffin and hash browns bundle for just $2 each. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with combo meals.
I'm Stephen Smith from the Sicilian Bank. Our gift to you this Christmas is our time-honored tradition of sharing the Christmas story. Here's Lisa Newton.
And she brought forth her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn. Luke chapter 2, verse 7.
If you've never heard this story before, the truth it holds is the greatest gift anyone could ever receive. Merry Christmas from all of us at the Sicilian Bank.
A report says consumers will have downloaded 130 billion apps this year in the Apple App Store and Google Play. That's up 10% year over year. Analytics firm App Annie's year-end forecast says consumer spending across the two app stores grew by 25% and will reach $112 billion by the end of the year. The report also looked at the top apps of the year, which saw that TikTok was number 1 by downloads and number 2 by consumer spending, but was still beat out by Facebook on monthly active users. Despite the lockdown, dating app Tinder made it to number 2 in terms of consumer spending. Google is out with a new health studies app that allows you to sign up for research projects and safely contribute data, either via surveys or sensor readings. Netflix is trying to help you connect with your kids by telling you what they're watching. The Kids Activity Report breaks down what type of programming a child is spending the most time watching and who their favorite character is. A parent then, in theory, can use the data for a heartfelt chat. Tech Report, Larry Olson, NBC.
But with you, I found my place. I see your face, and it's nothing like I've ever known before. Love is an open door.
Today is Nobel Peace Prize Day. Today, skunked again. We didn't get it.
I'm shocked.
I
mean, we've solved all the world's problems twice, right?
But I haven't started any fights this year, so I think if that's not, well, that's maybe not true. I don't always know if I start fights.
Yeah.
There's sometimes I can.
I usually, push the pin down in the top and I run away.
Yeah.
Let it spin out of control in somebody else's household.
If I were in war, I'd be one of those pull the grenade pin out with my teeth guys.
Yeah.
Throw that grenade and just run.
Yeah.
What happens after that? I don't know. Something might have blown up. I don't know. And it's also Dewey Decimal Day, which reminds me of one of those great days that I'll tell you why it's Dewey Decimal Day later. But very vividly, I remember when we were talking about the Grayson County Library moving. Mm-hmm. And I had the question about how do you move a library? And the epiphany came to me that we should start a company that specializes in moving libraries, but call it the Dewey Decimal Moving Company.
Yeah, and then we realized libraries don't move very often, so we would have probably business twice in our life.
We were going to have to go to a lot of distant places to move libraries.
Yeah. China called and we weren't interested, so it was awkward.
And then we also learned there are companies that specialize in moving libraries. But I thought, well,
foiled again.
Phooey on you, you didn't name yours properly.
Yours is named wrong.
I think there's a space over here because of my clever marketing trick and naming the Dewey Decimal Moving Company. I could get instant credibility that Books We Move doesn't get.
It was part of our commercial. Use us. They named theirs wrong. The rightly named company.
They can't
for
even
all your library needs.
They can't even name a company. Imagine them moving a library.
Can't move you. They suck in naming their company.
I think it's brilliant. Brilliant.
Maybe we should be in the marketing business.
We should start that.
We should start a marketing company. What?
Funniest tweets of the week from parents. At 3-Time Daddy says, do you all like these funny tweets of the week we've been doing? I've kind of found
their names crack me up more than their tweets sometimes.
I found myself looking forward to it.
3-Time Daddy, like as in kids.
Yeah, at 3-Time Daddy says, I think it's father of 3 would be my guess. Well,
I mean,
there's GoDaddy.com, so you never know.
Maybe not a father. Does anyone have any advice for my 3-year-old who wants to know how he can eat a different dessert after deciding he doesn't want to eat the one that he just ate?
Yeah, I have that problem too. It's not just limited to 3-year-olds. So if a solution is out there, I'm going to need that as well.
33-year-olds and 43-year-olds, that happens to them sometimes as well. Yeah. At Professional Worrier says, you probably shouldn't teach your child to kick their dad in the chest while yelling, "This is Sparta." I know this now. I will say, so I connected with that a little bit, is that once you start the roughhousing,
yes, it does.
You need to be prepared for where that travels. You know?
We that was not a part of our household. My husband's not a roughhouser. I don't like that. He doesn't like that, and we don't like your kids in our house who have been taught to roughhouse.
Well, but our house we have to do flippers, and so but once you start doing flippers, you got to be prepared for the flippers.
You haven't seen some of the sliders and flippers.
I saw sliders yesterday. Yeah, so
for me, that's a little bit of roughhousing.
Okay,
which I don't care for.
Well, it's playing in the house when you can't play outside right now, so it's all right. At Ariana Bradford said, "I want mommy to cut my hair," my 6-year-old yelled, at once exercising his bodily autonomy and exhibiting absolutely dismal decision-making skills all at the same time. "I want mommy to cut my hair." Yeah, you'll be sorry.
Okay, all right.
At Mom in Bits said, "There are 5 of us in this house and 738 shoes by the front door. This does not check out."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
makes
get
you
a
wonder.
bucket.
Yeah. And these are from, here's another from a dad. At Dude Bro Dad said, "If you want to make a toddler mad, just tell him he's tired." Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You're tired.
I'm not tired.
I'm not tired. And a few about married life. At Rodney LaCroix says, "If my wife doesn't win anything on this $2 scratch ticket, it's going to go down as one of the worst anniversary gifts ever."
Good show, buddy. Good show.
At Vinod Chaprou says, "My wife got upset when I asked her to take out the lavender scented trash bag, proving that lavender doesn't have any calming effect."
Yeah.
Have you smelled those?
It's not a high enough dosage.
We don't do lavender in our house.
We accidentally got into some. We pay more attention now when buying the trash bags.
Well, or put in the notes of the substitution, like substitution's not allowed or no lavender. You can do that. At Sarah Cooper says, "Question: When your marriage counselor starts eating popcorn during your Zoom session, is that insulting or kind of flattering?" Well,
I'm going to go with flattering.
I would say, though, at that point, you have the right to charge them instead of paying their bill, since you provided the entertainment.
Counselors got to eat.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying if you became a show instead of a session,
That's right. Yep.
That's when you can charge.
It would kind of show a role reversal, like we've crossed over into theater.
Jason went to a doctor's appointment with me one time, and at the end of it, he said, "Do we pay them or do they pay us?" And I said, "I'm not for sure what just happened, but I'm." We're wondering.
That's a good
It was an
question.
interesting consultation.
What we Googled in 2020. I always enjoy looking at this list because I forget things that happen throughout the year.
Yeah.
The Australia wildfires or Hurricane Laura or the blast in Beirut.
Oh, yeah.
Remember when that explosion and it just, those things always used to happen, but we didn't have video of them, and now they go viral in an instant. Overall, do you want to go 10 to 1 or you want to start 1 to 10? On the overall Googles, the most Googled of 2020.
Go 10 to 1.
At 10, the PlayStation 5. At 9, Chadwick Boseman. At 8, Naya Rivera. Remember, she was lost. She disappeared on that boat.
Yes.
Number 7, who is winning the election? That's the Google.
I'm surprised that's not number 1.
I think coming out of 1600, I think if you were to zero in, if you were to do some geo-targeting on 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, you might find that's still a frequent Google. Who's winning the election?
Where's Santa Claus and who's winning the election?
Number 6, Zoom.
Oh, yeah. How to Zoom.
Number 5, coronavirus symptoms. Number 4, coronavirus update. Number 3, Kobe Bryant. Number 2, coronavirus. And number 1, election results.
Okay.
Election results Googled more than coronavirus. Yeah. News, 10 to 1. Australia fires, murder hornet, stock market, Super Tuesday, Hurricane Laura, Iran, unemployment, stimulus checks, coronavirus, and election results.
Stimulus checks. I forgot about that. Show me the money.
The why questions. Do you like to ask Google why? I enjoy asking Google why.
I ask Siri more than Google, but go ahead.
I don't ask why.
Why is Australia on fire? Why is it called Juneteenth? Why is it called COVID-19? Why is everyone buying toilet paper? Why is TikTok getting banned? Why is Nevada taking so long? Why was George Floyd arrested? Why is there a coin shortage? And why were chainsaws invented? Number one, why were chainsaws invented?
Oh. That was number one. Why this year?
That was number one.
How many people actually Googled that? Why were chainsaws invented?
Well,
Did we have a...
wouldn't you think a lot of people Googled, why is there a coin shortage? And that was number two.
But why chainsaws this year?
Yeah, I don't know. Was there? I must have missed. I apparently wasn't Googling the proper things because I missed why chainsaws are a thing. Yeah. As a chainsaw master, I don't need to pay any attention to that. I tested out on chainsaw a long time ago, so I don't need to pay any attention.
It's not what we called you, but
most Googled.
Could have you to rename yourself.
Most Googled people: 10, Vanessa Bryant; 9, Kanye West; 8, Tom Brady; Shakira; Tom Hanks; Ryan Newman; Jacob Blake; Kamala Harris; Kim Jong-un, and Joe Biden. Most Googled. Where is? You want to take a stab at what the most? Where is?
Yeah, where is?
Where is my stimulus money?
Yes. It's my money, and I want it
Where
now.
is my Trump bucks? Yep, I can see it. And number 6 was, where is toilet paper made?
Made?
Yes, where's it made? Like, I hope the answer is not China.
Is it because people are going to knock over the factory?
I guess. And entanglement, like most Googled definitions: entanglement, antebellum, pandemic, asymptomatic, Juneteenth, quarantine, furlough, some of the big ones.
Wow, I forgot about antebellum.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, there you have it.
And the title of that, by the way, I'm not gonna talk about it, but the title of that Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion song was also the most Googled definition.
I don't even remember what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's on that sheet of paper. You can look it up during the break. And the 2020's most mispronounced words.
Okay.
Anthony Fauci.
Yeah, for sure.
The full name of the South Korean K-pop band BTS.
Yes.
Which is Pungtan Sonyeondan.
Did you get it right?
I did.
Okay. All right.
Because I'm reading the pronunciation key.
Okay.
From the NBA, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Okay.
You're supposed to say bless you.
Oh, sorry. Try again.
Try again.
The Storm, Isaias. We all want to say Isaiah. And Kamala Harris.
So which is right?
This says Kamala. C-A-W. Capital C-A-W, and then lower M-A-L-A. Kamala.
So I go back to, who's the actress that plays her on SNL?
Maya Rudolph.
Okay, so she, in one clip I saw, says, "My name is Kamala, rhymes with Pamela." So I always do that in my head, but Kamala is not right.
And then I didn't know Yosemite. Yosemite apparently was mispronounced. I didn't know that President Trump apparently mispronounced Yosemite.
But did he really?
In August.
How did he say it?
I didn't see it. Please, I hope he said Yosemite.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
But it's disappointing if he did, because clearly he did not grow up watching or did not watch Looney Tunes.
That was my other
Everything
comment.
you need to know about Yosemite National Park, you get when you watch Bugs Bunny and Yosemite Sam. It was not Yosemite Sam.
No, so if you mispronounce it, then that really either gives you your age away.
Yes, that's exactly right. And I don't know if this is real or not, but I've got to share it with you. In Greenville County, South Carolina, Parks and Recreation officials were checking water quality and found a monster 9-pound goldfish randomly found in a South Carolina lake.
I want to see footage.
9 pounds of goldfish. A 9-pound. Now, so it's 15 inches long. Imagine if you were... you'd flushed a goldfish down the toilet, only to come and find out later
it's mutant.
But then I also saw it. I have the picture for you all that you can see during the break. But imagine how many crackers that's going to make.
Right?
I'm going to Google how many crackers would a 9-pound goldfish make.
Perfect question.
Enough for the holiday season, I'm sure. We got to get to a break. We'll come back. More on the way. You're on In the Know.
After a natural disaster, people want to help in any way possible, but beware of scams. Hi, I'm Rihanna Smith Hamblin with the Better Business Bureau. Never click on links to charities on unfamiliar websites or in text messages or email. These may take you to a lookalike website where you might be asked to provide personal information, or may download harmful malware onto your computer. Also, don't assume charity recommendations on social media have already been vetted. Do your research first at bbb.org.
This holiday season, give them the gift that's hard to wrap, but easy to give. Buy them a Stihl. From powerful trimmers, blowers, and chainsaws under the tree to fashionable accessories stuffed in their stockings, the Stihl Holiday Gift Guide is packed with great ideas for everyone on your list. For a gift that keeps on giving all year long, pick up the quiet, lightweight, and long-running performance of the Stihl AK Homeowner series of battery-powered tools. Convenient all-in-one sets featuring tool, battery, and charger start at only $199.95. Legendary Stihl performance is easy to use, easy to give, and hard to beat. Find the perfect gifts and wrap up all your holiday shopping at your local Stihl dealer. Or shop online at stihlusa.com/gift guide. Real Stihl. Find yours. All prices MSRP. Available at participating dealers while supplies last.
The 2021 Honda Pioneer lineup is here to make light work of the job and add a heavy dose of fun to your day off. Every Pioneer side-by-side is stock full of smart technology, responsive power, and Honda's hallmark of engineering excellence. The only thing left to add is you. Then you'll understand how life is better on a Honda. For your safety, read the owner's manual, wear a helmet and eye protection, always wear your seatbelt, and keep the side nets and doors closed. Pioneers are for drivers 16 years and older.
K105 Weather is brought to you by Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
Twin Lakes weather.
The next 2 days will likely feature some of the warmest air we'll see for a while. In fact, for the next 7 days at least, and perhaps even for the rest of 2020. So enjoy it. This afternoon, about 64, a little breezy at times. Tonight in the 40s, tomorrow 66 and breezy. The rain arrives before the sun comes up on Saturday. The Ray 3 Storm Tracking Team, I'm meteorologist Brian Good.
Well, it's Christmas time, pretty baby, and the snow is falling on the ground.
Did you know the human brain would be able to perform 38 quadrillion? That's 38,000 trillion. 38 quadrillion operations per second if it were a computer.
Wow.
Shows you the power of the human brain. Oh, wait, footnote. Some human brains.
I was going to say, it weighs 8 pounds. That's all I know about my brain.
38 quadrillion is a lot. But if you think about the number of things that your brain generally has to keep track of.
Right. Yeah.
From the blinking of your eyes to the moving of your hands to the nerve endings to the all those things have to be.
I'm more curious as the person who actually was able to put a number to it. How do you figure that out?
Yeah, like how does that work?
Yeah. Did you just randomly pull a number?
No,
out of a black
some
hole?
people whose brains do 45 quadrillion operations per second figure out the average brain does 38 quadrillion.
Okay.
It wasn't the 2 quadrillioners that figured it out.
Well, that does help.
All right. Let's talk about something really highbrow and evolved. Would you all like to know how Cardi B built her back porch?
Yeah, I have some interest.
Implants or squats?
On Twitter, she revealed that her tips and tricks and praised that she said, I put 2 thick pairs of tights under my jeans in high school to make my butt look fatter. And I clearly don't speak Cardi B because she says, and nobody ever clocked the T. Nobody ever found out. Nobody ever checked. Nobody ever knew. Nobody ever. I don't know what clock the T means. I don't speak Cardi.
Yeah, color me bad on the wardrobe, Joyce.
So that was when she did her duet with Bruno Mars.
So 2 pairs of tights will do that?
Oh, you mean, yeah, well, but this is why I asked you all, because I thought, well, 2 pairs of tights didn't do that.
I mean, 2 smokes on that, as my grandma would
I've
say.
seen Cardi B. That's more than 2 pairs of tights.
What kind of tights you buying?
Well,
Because my Spanx flattened it.
Well, 1 pair per side, maybe arranged in the right way.
No, I think
what are you working with?
she's smuggling country hams in there.
Thank you. And it is maybe it's
she
the
already
picnic
had-
shoulder.
She already had something to work with, like, you know.
I don't know.
Okay, so clock the T means to state your own personal opinion about any person, place, thing, or situation.
So
Blah, blah.
nobody ever said anything about it.
Right.
You know, that's what she. An update. I told you yesterday that this celebrity chef, Nigella Lawson, she is now trying to clarify that she was joking at her pronunciation of the word microwave. Because she's doing a cooking demonstration. And Twitter went crazy about it because one person on Twitter said, "Am I the only one who thought Nigella Lawson was being sarcastic when she pronounced microwave?"
Which I think we should all adapt to.
I love it.
It's fun.
She said, well, I do say it like that, but not because I think that's how it's actually pronounced. So I'll give her some credit. If this is her normal, like I say, you know, I twist words, and because I do that. You know, I won't say J.C. Penney. I have to say Jean-Claude Penney or Target or Crochet or whatever. But even I wouldn't have thought of microwave, and I think it is divine.
I think it is divine as well. It's in my pocket.
But there's something that leads me to believe, though. I don't know her. If she speaks with an accent normally, then I could see where she would say
But if
microwave.
you are a chef
But if she
in
speaks
2020.
if she speaks American,
Right.
and knows it's microwave but says microwave, well then she's being funny.
Unless she's been in a country where they only have cooking stones and a kettle hanging on 3 legs. That's the only way I'm going to believe she's never heard microwave before.
Microwave.
But I do love it. And I think it is a perfect parody setup for, what's the guy you all don't like that does the parody songs?
Oh, I like Weird Al. She doesn't
Weird
like
Al.
Weird
I
Al.
think Weird Al
I
should
like
do
Weird
a
Al
Rico
fine.
Suave microwave cooking song.
It's
Perfect time to bring him back.
Microwave. Ale.
Popping the corn.
Yeah.
Right? Come on. So good.
Good news for Muppet fans.
Oh, yay.
Muppet Christmas Carol. They found a lost song at last. If you have Muppet Christmas Carol on VHS, you have a song called When Love Is Gone that is not on the DVD and so far hasn't been in the digital versions of Muppet Christmas Carol.
Nice.
But they have found it, and it is being restored in all of the versions that they can repair to get the return of the song called When Love Is Gone. Is this good news?
I mean, we have it on VHS, so
It was originally
only if
intended
it's
to
worth
be
money
in
is
there,
it
so
good
I guess
news.
it should be in there.
I mean,
But When Love Is Gone doesn't sound like a very Christmas song, especially,
show me the money.
I don't know, I guess during COVID there has been a lot of love disappear. I was just thinking about adapting some songs to make it a very COVID Christmas. We have some standards. We have some Christmas songs that are standards that, with just the slightest little adaptation, could be perfect for 2020.
Okay. Let's try.
Have yourself a scary little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. All I want for Christmas is my 2 vaccines. All I want for Christmas. I like the Nat King Cole version of that song best.
Okay.
Sanitizer's coming to town.
This is my favorite.
Remember, we spent a lot of time looking for sanitizer in 2020.
Didn't we, though?
So to know that it's coming to town, you better watch out. You better not cry.
Yeah.
You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Sanitizers
I do love to pout.
coming to town.
A great powder.
I'll have a Zoom Christmas without you.
Yeah, that's a good one. We are actually doing a Zoom Christmas with some of my family this year.
How about that great Jose Feliciano's Feliz Navidad. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of the stairs.
I need a stronger game on Feliz Navidad.
Yeah. We can probably come up with something.
How about please come home for Christmas? Should be please stay home for Christmas. Bells will be ringing.
Yes.
I'm streaming of a white Christmas.
I like that one.
Lysol I want for Christmas. Baby, it's COVID outside.
Oh. Isn't that the truth?
And a lot of people are dreaming of a wine Christmas.
Oh.
I'm dreaming of a wine Christmas instead of a white Christmas. So there you go. A very COVID Christmas to you. Got to get to a break. We'll come back, finish it up for the morning here on In the Know.
Candles burning low. Kids around the world hope Santa brings lots of toys for Christmas. But parents, you might want to encourage Santa to be a little stingy this year. According to a study by the University of Toledo, less is more. Too many toys can shorten a child's attention span and stifle their imagination. Children who were given fewer toys to play with were more creative, more focused, and played with each toy longer. Children who were given a lot of toys were more easily distracted. They played with each toy only for a short time and then tossed it aside for another one. Research is backing up what parents have known for generations. Too much of anything is bad for children. Playtime is no exception. It's just one important ingredient in developing a child's imagination and coordination. If you've got toddlers and a playroom filled with toys, keep some in a storage bin. Allow them to play with fewer toys at a time and rotate in toys once in a while. If your kids are old enough for technology, you face the same issue. Too much is never a good thing. Monitor their screen time and set reasonable limits. Those are good ideas any time of the year, but at Christmas time, your child gets an additional benefit. It gives them an opportunity to experience the true meaning of Christmas. The reason for the season isn't something you find under a mountain of toys. It's found in our hearts through faith, love, and family. For Focus on the Family, I'm Jim Daly.
The wake up early, do a little studying, take the dog out, finish that audiobook
until the very end.
Finish that workout, then stop by McDonald's for breakfast and somehow manage to do it all before that 10 a.m. meeting meal. There's a meal for every morning at McDonald's.
Like a savory sausage biscuit and hash browns bundle or sausage McMuffin and hash browns bundle for just $2 each. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with combo meals.
I'm David Downs with the Sicilian Bank. As a gift to you this Christmas, we're sharing with you the greatest story ever told. Here's Tiffany Willoughby.
And she brought forth her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn. Luke chapter 2, verse 7.
If you've never heard this timeless story before, it's the greatest gift we could ever give. Merry Christmas from all of us at the Sicilian Bank.
Ooh, need a hand there, hon?
Who'd have thought wrapping a giant stuffed elephant could be so much fun?
Oh, dear, look, you've taped your fingers together.
Little help, and stop taking pictures.
Sorry, I can't quite get the right lighting.
Oh, Bluegrass Cellular can help with that.
With the lighting?
With the phone. Their best phones with the best cameras are on sale.
Oh, but this one works okay.
Well, you could trade it in to save even more.
Really? So I get a new phone with a better camera, and it's on sale, plus I get the value of my trade-in?
Yep.
Oh, well, what are we waiting for?
Me to get this tape off my fingers.
Oh, yeah. Hold up your hands. Restrictions apply. Available in-store or online for a limited time. Bluegrass Cellular. Your community expanded.
Mary, did you know that your baby boy will give sight to a blind man?
MB's Point to Ponder for today. We've always been big fans of Prancer Size, and we discovered that a few years ago in Prancer Size.
I've kept all this weight on.
Have you ever noticed how speedwalkers look a lot like kids who were told to stop running at the pool?
That's where we learned how to do that when we were younger, right?
That's so true.
Yes.
I never thought about
running,
that.
Yes.
You say, stop running, and they go into like speed walking mode.
There's There's a couple
But I'm
speed
not
walkers
running,
in
Mom.
town, and that's what I'm going to yell next time. Slow down around the pool.
Quit running. No, don't tell them around the pool. Just say, tell them to quit running. Just to confuse them. They'll stop and look at one another. Clearly, she missed the fact that we're speed walking.
There are like some that I can imagine in my head.
Yes.
But if they knew it was us, it would be funny.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I'm so doing it.
you have to video it.
Pull up next to somebody on a scooter and crank Born to Be Wild.
I hope they're riding it on the sidewalk illegally. I'll turn on my sirens and Born to Be Wild. Citizens arrest.
Some last show material sneaking out there.
I should have a badge
About to
already.
get out of hand.
I mean, why do I not?
Yep. By the way, speaking of police, I'm going to ask you about this because Pantone has named the two colors of the year for 2021. One is dependable and one is bright and cheerful. It's the very natural ultimate gray and the sunny yellow hue dubbed illuminating are the colors that the International Color Forecaster predicts will come to dominate this new year. To which is my question, Misty. You know a lot of different types of police, fashion police, cussing police, etc.
Tattoo. Yep. Tattoo placement.
Who is the police force that decides the colors for next year? They get everybody in a room and say, what do y'all want to do?
The first rule of police is we don't talk about the police clubs.
Okay. All right, then I have a follow-up question that doesn't involve you talking about the police club.
Okay.
Do you feel like that the colors of the year for 2020 got an honest shot at it?
We don't even remember what they are, and that's why this particular club ended up here, because we were safe that these two had never been chosen before and we weren't going to overlap.
Okay. I was just checking.
That's all I'm going to say about the police
Because
club
I
on
don't
the
know,
colors.
I don't know what Pantones were for 2020. I know we talked about it, but I don't recall. But
Weren't they coral? Wasn't it a coral?
with everything that's been going on,
I think it was because you made a reference about those were your wedding colors. Was that this year?
we did have tangerine, so something close
Yeah,
to coral.
something to coral or tangerine
maybe
or
close.
something.
Today's highlight. Did I tell you about television for tonight? What's on television tonight that you need to know about?
What is it, Thursday?
It is Thursday.
One Night Only, the best of Broadway on NBC. The Grinch was off. Well, the Grinch wasn't terrible. I just couldn't dig it. I just couldn't. I was like, what? The Broadway version of Grinch was on NBC last night. I flipped it over there for about 15 minutes and like, I am not committing the rest of my evening to this. Silent Night, A Song for the World on the CW and on NBC after One Night Only, Broadway, is the Time Person of the Year. Well, that's a lie because you name People of the Year. Can't be the Person of the Year. Oh, that was People Magazine that did the People of the Year. Maybe Time got it right and named a single Person of the Year.
I thought Time did the whole declared the worst year ever and didn't do.
If I could have time in a bottle. Today's highlight in history, this day, 1964, Martin Luther King Jr. received his Nobel Peace Prize in Oslo. In 1869, women were granted the right to vote in the Wyoming Territory. That's why suddenly so many people moved to Wyoming.
Yeah, it's an influx.
1967, yes. 26-year-old Otis Redding and 6 others were killed when their plane crashed into Wisconsin's Lake Monona this day in 1967.
One of my favorite artists ever.
Yeah.
Otis Redding.
It was just amazing how young he was.
I know, 27 to produce. And he sounded like he was in his 60s when he sang.
1987, President Reagan and Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev concluded 3 days of summit talks in Washington. House Democrats introduced 2 articles of impeachment 1 year ago today. Birthdays: Gloria Loring is 74, Susan Day is 68, Bobby Flay is 56, Raven Simone is 35. What did I miss?
She said they showed up in a 7-passenger van.
Well, she said 7.
I was like, and the reason women got to vote is because Mama and 6 boys. She said, you're going to give me the right to vote.
Gone but not forgotten. Emily Dickinson in 1830. Melville Dewey was born this date in 1851. He was a librarian and the inventor of the Dewey Decimal System.
Melville's Moving Company.
Yep.
Oh my God, it just got better.
No, I'll answer the phone. Dewey Decimal Moving Company. Melville speaking.
Yes.
Oh, I love the Dewey Decimal System.
I know,
We
so
all
do I.
I mean,
that's why I'm saying it's like
huge
over there.
fan.
and the-
Like, I understand
got these
it.
drawers, you know how to use it.
Does that
Sure.
make me
It's brilliant.
and you, Huey and Louie? She's Dewey.
No, Melville, Belleville. Chellville. You got to have all the vills.
Whoville.
Chet Huntley. Hoorah. They sang that song in the very beginning. And I'm thinking, this goes on for too long.
Yeah.
Hoorah, hoo. Chet Huntley, born this date in 1911. Dan Blocker was born this date in 1928. You all know Dan Blocker? He played Hoss Cartwright on Bonanza.
Oh, okay.
And Michael Clark Duncan, born in 1957, from The Green Mile and
My dad loved Hoss.
John Coffey. Like a drink going not spelt the same. Boss. I'm tired, boss. And then he was also in Armageddon. We're leaving on a jet plane. 1954. Bill Haley and the Comets, Dim the Lights. Actually, it's Dim the Lights.
But now I want to get a taste of your sweet lips. So dim the light. Dim the light. Dim the light.
How dare you? You are so forward. It was kind of aggressive. Dim the lights.
Right.
I want some atmosphere.
What's
the parenthetical title? I want some atmosphere. The Kingsmen, #1 in '63 with Louie Louie.
Missing Huey today.
Gonna have to do an abbreviated chart toppers today. Let's go to 1972. I think we'll go to 1972. Helen Reddy, #1 with I Am Woman. In 81, I'm really sorry we don't get to play the video to Olivia Newton-John's Physical. Bette Midler, From a Distance in 1990. Clint Black with Lisa Hartman Black, When I Said I Do in 99. Zach Brown, Chicken Fried in 08. And Camila Cabello with Havana was #1 this date in 2017.
If you get a chance to watch this, her documentary on Netflix.
Yeah.
Actually, it's just a movie of her life,
On
but
Helen
it's really
Reddy?
good. Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll check it out. Something to watch over the holiday break. MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today. The difference between impossible and possible lies in a person's determination. The difference between impossible and possible lies in a person's determination. MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today. Look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow for another edition of our show. For Misty Thomas, for Beej, I'm MB, and now you're in the know.
Powered by Heritage Media of Kentucky, WKHG Litchfield, Kentucky, USA, 104.9 FM, the Twin